into today's video. Today I'm heading into Cosmetic Collective in Nundah, one of Brisbane's hottest central suburbs, to see what it's like to have my brows tattooed, and I thought I would take you guys along with the ride to see how it all works. So when arriving at this stunning clinic, I was greeted by Belle, the owner and founder of Cosmetic Collective, who sat me down and went over a detailed questionnaire before doing anything else. This is an important health and safety measure to ensure that Belle is aware of any pre-existing medical conditions which might affect my ability to receive treatment. It also gives me the opportunity to understand a little bit of what's involved in the cosmetic tattooing process before I agree to go ahead with the procedure. After this, we move into one of Cosmetic Collective's fully kitted out treatment rooms, where we have a little chat about what I do and don't love about my eyebrows. Personally, I've never loved the arch or lack thereof, and I've hoped for a bit more definition in this area, but mostly I wanted to erase the hassle of filling in my eyebrows each day. Unlike many cosmetic tattooing companies, Cosmetic Collective is devoted to understanding and promoting that each person is beautiful in their own way, so their treatments are all based around enhancing your natural look. For this reason, Belle is very precise in her marking out process, and she uses rulers and guides to determine which is the perfect shape to suit my facial structure. This process gives me the opportunity to get a clear idea of the shape of my brows and be sure that I'm going to be happy with the result before any actual tattooing begins. By the time Belle hands me the mirror, I can't believe how many markings she's used to define my natural shape, which is just an indicator of how much of an intricate art form cosmetic tattooing really is. The next step in the process is designing the shape and choosing a colour which is best matched my natural brow hair colour. These pigments that Belle uses are semi-permanent. This means that after 12 to 18 months they will begin to fade. But in the meantime, you have these fabulous brows without the permanency that comes with a regular tattoo. Once again, you can see that Belle makes sure I'm happy with the pigment colour before doing any actual tattooing. From here, Belle applies a numbing cream to ease the pain of the procedure and takes this super cool microblading tool, which I was surprised to discover is less of a blade and more like a row of ultra-thin needles, and begins creating the feather touch hair strokes, dipping the tool back into the pigment as she goes along. I'm not going to lie to you guys, this part was a touch painful despite the use of the numbing cream. If you've ever had your brows threaded, it's kind of like the pulling sensation you get from that, rather than the feeling of a needling or blading sensation. It's basically like having your eyebrows plucked for a solid hour. It is not pleasant, but it's definitely not the worst pain in the world, and the time passed pretty quickly while we chatted with the sounds of acoustic song covers in the background. After the bulk of the microblading is complete, Belle gets me to sit up a few times and pull a number of interesting faces to make sure that my brows are symmetrical and even from all angles, adding in the odd stroke in between to fill any gaps and extend any lines. Finally, the big reveal. I could not believe how much I loved the shape Belle created. It was far beyond expectation and totally different to the way I'd been filling in my brows for the past few years. I could not be happier. Bear in mind, I do kind of look like Oscar the Grouch at this stage, as the end result certainly is quite dark. However, this is completely normal for the first few days after getting a cosmetic tattoo, and the results will fade and darken again during the healing process. Belle then books me in for another appointment in 6 weeks' time for a touch-up. This is totally normal and completely necessary. After getting your cosmetic tattoo, it's important to apply the aftercare cream as directed for the first week to prevent excessive scabbing, which can fade your tattoo. While I did get a little scabbing and fading at first, which again is totally normal, my brows held pretty well within about the first 2 to 3 weeks, and the colour was restored to a natural chocolate brown shade that matches my existing eyebrows to a T. Because everyone's skin heals differently, some areas can be subject to an ever so slight patchiness over the 4-week healing period, which is why it's important to come back after 6 weeks for a touch-up appointment. Luckily, these only take around 30 minutes compared to the initial 2-hour appointment, and it is significantly cheaper. When I initially started looking into the cosmetic tattoo clinics, I was shocked to find that while the results are totally worth it, brow tattooing can be an expensive procedure and is borderline unaffordable for many. When researching clinics and pricing, it's important to do the research and pay close attention to the before and after images, referrals, and most importantly, the qualifications of the clinic you're looking into before being swayed by the cheaper prices. Belle is a qualified cosmetic tattooing practitioner with a background in dermal science, and based on her experience and training, along with the results I had seen from her previous clients, I was instantly sold on her work. I was pleasantly surprised to find that compared to many other clinics delivering the same high level of quality in cosmetic tattooing, her prices were far more affordable. What's more is that Cosmetic Collective was the first in Australia and is still one of the only clinics which are currently offering payment plans for their treatments and making the prospect of getting feather touch brow tattoos that much more appealing. The result of having this procedure is a natural shape that is complementary to my facial structure and gives me that extra boost in confidence, as well as cutting out time filling in my brows each day. I highly recommend Cosmetic Collective services to absolutely anyone, whether you're like me and would just like to cut some time out of your everyday beauty routine, to those who feel that their brows are too fair, sparse, or lack any definition in shape. While the process is long, it really does pay off, and I truly enjoyed the experience in the end. If you're interested in getting a feather touch brow tattoo, or would like to take a peek at the many other services offered at Cosmetic Collective's clinic, I'll make sure to leave the contact details here on the screen, as well as down in the description box below. If you've watched this video all the way to the end, make sure to hit me up in the comments section with #WonderBrows and let me know what you think of this video and if you'd like to see more of these in the future. And lastly, make sure to head over to the Cosmetic Collective's Facebook page and let them know Ash sent you. Other than that, I will see you guys all next time. Bye!